Hey Muffins, it's your girl Mo, and welcome to the first episode of Confident Closet with Mo the Muffin. I cannot tell you all how excited I am, scared, but excited I am to be in this space finally. It has been a long time coming and we're finally here. Um, I want to share something before we go into what you're going to expect with this podcast and this season. I want to share something with you. As I mentioned earlier, I'm excited, but I'm also scared. And in this season, y'all, we doing it scared. We are doing it scared. So if you are watching this and you have a dream, a vision, a purpose that you have been sitting on, because you're afraid, fear has crept in up on you, I need you to do it scared. The biggest thing I need you to listen to this message is knowing that do it scared. In this season, you're going to learn about different fashion tips, different styles. You'll hear different journeys from different perspectives, different walks of life. You're going to be able to see me be in probably the most vulnerable space you've ever seen me be in. And I'm excited to share this season with you all. And I thought it would be befitting for the first episode for me to come and have an intimate one-on-one with you. And so before we get into the show further, I want to take a moment to talk about a little bit of my story. Come from a huge family, as a young girl, has struggled with confidence, self-worth, and all those things, right? There were certain things about my body, my physical features, and believe it or not, I was very self-conscious as well as not confident in my voice. The same thing I'm using to bring you this podcast. And I remember, I'm going to share just one of the memories. I have so many, but I'm going to share one of the memories that I remember vividly, where I was at that space where I was able to gain my confidence. I'll say it like that. And so in my early 20s, got pregnant, actually at the age of 21. And if you know anything about me, told you I come from a big family, and I'm the oldest girl. And I have 5 siblings that are under me. And the ranges from 6 years younger up until like 14 years younger than me. And so needless to say, I had my fair share of babysitting. So I had zero desire to have children. And lo and behold, I got pregnant at 21. And the baby's gone, right? And I couldn't understand earlier in my life why that would happen. That was probably the darkest place I have ever been in my over 40 plus years of living. Not wanting to be alone. Had to always be around people. I'm going back down memory lane, and shout out to my cousin. She's more like my sister. If you see this cousin, shout out to you. I had a blue neon, Dodge neon. They don't even make those anymore. And I would keep a Spinonite bag in the car because I knew that if I was by myself, my mental capacity wasn't stable. I couldn't handle the thoughts that was going through my mind because of the dark place I was in. And if I'm honest, back then in our culture, we didn't take those type of feelings or symptoms, if you will, serious, right? I'm a woman of faith. My dad pastored for many, many years, over 30 years before he retired. And so I grew up very rooted and grounded in God and prayer and all the things. But there was once a time in my life, in that time, where it was just dark. Prayer wasn't working for me. So I thought, right? And I remember it had been so long. I mean, if I had to put a time frame on it, it was probably several years, if I'm honest. There were many moments where I was still showing up smiling, still showing up with a somewhat positive attitude, because I couldn't let the people know that I was really silently battling depression, battling low self-esteem, battling not having confidence and self-worth and all the things that goes along with that. I was still showing up, right? But then when I would get behind closed doors by myself, it would rear its ugly head. And I will never forget, I remember this so vividly. My parents owned a home. It was a two-family. And I stayed on the second floor. I had my own room on the second floor. And I remember like just laying around. Everything had to be dark. I didn't realize I was, at that time, really struggling with depression. And I just remember laying in bed and something in me said, Mo, you got to get up. You've been in this place too long. And I don't know who's watching this. You've been in this place too long. You got to get up. And I am a testament that you can get up, okay? I'm going to try not to get emotional during this episode. But I remember laying in there and I said, something in me said, Mo, you got to get up. You've been in this place too long. And I got up. I remember vividly. I sat on the edge of the bed. I had a full-size bed. Didn't even have a queen. I had a full-size bed. I sat on the edge of the bed. And the way my room was, it was like my bed was the way I'm sitting now, and my closet was the direction of the camera that I'm looking into. And I remember the door. And that's funny, now that I think about it, I've always closed my doors. I have this thing where I just never sleep with doors open. Everything door have to be closed. I don't know why. I just always been that way. But this particular day, my closet door was open. Wow, Mo. Whew. My closet door was open. And I looked in the closet with all of these clothes. And something in me said, Mo, get up, go put some clothes on. And, I told you I'm a woman of faith, and my dad, has this saying, it ain't no something, honey, that's God talking to you. So God told me, the Spirit told me to get up and put on some clothes. And I remember going into my closet, putting on this beautiful dress, grab my earrings and all the things that go along with it. And my cousin, as I told you that we were more like sisters, she taught me how to apply makeup. And I put on the best blue, back then we wore blue eyeshadow with everything. Put on the best blue eyeshadow that I could and put on that garment. And it was just something about that moment where I felt like it snapped. I went from years of not being comfortable in my own skin to come into this very moment where I put on a garment of clothing, and it instantly, there's a book I read pretty often, and it talks about things happening suddenly. Suddenly, my confidence was there. Now, granted, you may be viewing this, and you may say, I tried that. That didn't work for me. I want you to know that it is possible. It is possible for you to get to a space where you can own and walk with confidence, embrace all the flaws that you may have, and walk confidently in them. Hey, muffins! I really hope that you're enjoying this episode, and I want to keep the episodes coming, but I'm going to need your help and your support. I'm asking that you share a donation into this podcast, into this dream, into this vision. There are a couple of ways for you to share your donation. You could share it via Cash App, which the handle is $ConfidentCloset, or Zelle at email address monicaspencer1@aol.com. And you may even want to sponsor this podcast. Please email us at ConfidentCloset@gmail.com. I want to thank you in advance for the support and the donations that you'll give into this podcast. But let's get back into this episode. And because of that very experience, I am now in a space where I am confident in my skin. I'm confident with my style, and I dare not gatekeep. I dare not share with you some of the things that has helped me even evolve to building my confidence even more. And first things first, I'm going to start with fit over size. I used to own a boutique a few years ago, and shout out to all of y'all that supported Girlfriends Clothing. And when I would style people, or I did fashion shows and all the things, one of my biggest pet peeves is when I'm styling someone and they say, "What size is it?" And then, it could be a larger size than what they wear or what they're used to, and they shy away from it. It's like, it doesn't matter if it is 32 or 12. What does it look like on your body? Fit over size. Don't look at the sizes. I will tell you in a minute. If I ever style you and you ask me what size it is, I'm going to give you the look. It don't matter what size it is. Trust me and know that I'm going to get size that fit you, not the size. Okay? Fit over size. All right? Second thing I want to share, second tip I want to share, I had to write notes so that I can make sure that I don't forget anything, is wear your clothes. Stop saving your clothes for this special moment. And I will be honest, I used to be guilty of that. I would buy all these things and I can't wait to wear this to so-and-so. Baby, wear your clothes. You are the occasion. You are the event. Wear your clothes. I don't care if people say you overdress. No, I'm not. Do you know? I am the main character. Wear your clothes. Third tip I'm going to give you, I'm only going to give you 4. Third tip I'm going to give you is forget the rules. Who said you can't mix prints? Who said that? Who told you can't put on stripes and polka dots? Who told you that? Tell me who told you so I can tell them. Stop doing that. You can mix prints. I've mixed polka dots with stripes. I've mixed leopard and snakes. You can mix prints. That is a way to build your confidence, because people often say, if you do the out-the-box type stuff, you slowly but surely, and it look good, you like, wait a minute. And slowly but surely, your confidence is building. And the last thing I'm going to say is, don't be afraid to buy one bow piece and wear that until you own it, until you put that on and you exude whatever that is. It could be some statement earrings like I got on today. It could be a statement purse. It could be whatever. Get a statement piece and continue to wear that in your, keep it in rotation. Don't wear it the same way. Keep it in rotation. And slowly but surely, that'll build your confidence. In this season, I hope that something will be said that will encourage you to own and embrace who you are. Build confidence in who you are, and whose you are. I want to make sure that you don't forget to like, share, subscribe, support in all ways that you can. And I want to make sure that you tune in next Friday. When I tell you episode 2, you are in for a treat. Got a special guest that I will have, and we're going to talk about closet confessions. These are my confessions. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Till next time, I love y'all. Bye.